So I've just got a little job to do in my Volkswagen camper. I had an elevating roof put on here a few years ago, and it did a really good job. It was really neat, but it needs a cover over the forward end of the roof area. Now, as you can see, there's a bed that is just here that can actually move up out of the way. When you put the roof up here at the front, it goes all the way up. You can move this up out of the way to give you good headroom. But as you notice, there's a area here that looks a little bit unsightly, and I want to get that covered over with a removable panel. Before I had the elevating roof installed, there was a curtain that would go across here that could divide the cab to the sleeping area, which made it really easy just to pull up at the side of the road or a lay-by, just pull all the curtains, and it would just be as simple as moving those. But as you can see, there's a big void up here now where the curtain would go. So when I put a panel up there, I want to put a curtain on the bottom. But if I want to put the elevating roof up, obviously if I put a panel across here, it needs to be removable. I was exploring some ideas of maybe putting some runners here and having a sliding panel. I know the manufacturers of this roof, which are Skyline Roofs, they do a sliding panel. But the roof I've got is a one-off roof. There's a number of options of different roofs you can get for these T5 campers. Probably the market leader, but most expensive, is a roof called Hilo. At least I think that's what it's called. But you're into big money for that. The advantage of the Hilo roof is from the outside you really can't tell that there's an elevating roof fitted. So I was looking at other options of what roof I could fit, and I went to a show and met the people from Skyline Roofs, and the salesman said they were working on a new design, which I think they told me was 1.5 inches shallower on top of the roof than the normal design. I told them I was interested in that, but wouldn't be interested if they went for the standard roof. So they did it as a trial. I don't think they ever put it into production, which is a shame. But the standard roof that they do, it sits a lot higher. As you can see, the bed of mine sits down on the rail here. Normally this part of the roof here sits up above here, so you can see how much they've dropped it down. But consequently they can't put the sliding panel onto mine without it dropping down a long way, so we opted not to do that. So since then I've been trying to think of ways that I can plug this area effectively, that looks good and isn't too difficult to get it in and out. So the plan is to get some plywood and cut it out to the shape. I've put the strengthening beam across, and that's what the curtain will screw up into. So just one last final trial fit. So what I've done in each corner, I've put a bracket and carpeted the bracket. That's on the right hand side, and then the left hand side there, just a 90-degree bracket screwed in. And because I've gone for thin plywood here, I was worried about it sagging, so I've just put in fact 2 of the same brackets on there and carpeted them, and they're just going to sit. That'll just sit up and over here. So it does fit quite easily. Don't know whether I can do it one-handed, so we'll give it a go. So it's not quite in place, so it pulls back on that side and on that side. And then the front just pops in place. So it's not too hard. And then you can move the curtains to wherever you want to. And when you stop, just pull them across. I've added a couple of press studs into the curtain here. That just takes up the gap there, as you can see. And there's a couple of ties on this, on each side as well. And just for safety at the moment, I just put a little lanyard in there so that if these clips fail, then it's not going to drop onto my head. But what I do plan to do is get some metal versions of these just made up for extra strength, because I'm really not sure that these are going to be strong enough, but they do work well.